Okay.
And we have Hillary. Woohoo! So let me put your beautiful face on spotlight.
Oh boy.
There you go. Okay. So Hillary, will you share your awesome story with us?
I sure will.
Okay. Why is somebody
Now somebody's ringing.
What in the butthole? Okay. You know what? Y'all need to just chill. Okay. There. Go ahead. You're good,
Okay.
right?
Am I, just let me know if I'm choppy. I usually do.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Well, I'm Hillary. I started April 2nd is when I joined. So I haven't been in very long. I try to tell you my backstory. I'm a registered nurse, but I've been a stay-at-home mom for a while because we kept having kids and daycare costs were just crazy expensive. And my husband runs a business. So we were able to stay home, or I was able to stay home because he is a guru at budgeting. However, with that comes these tight grocery budgets and everything budget. And I always felt guilty going over. And it's not that he made me feel bad, but I'm supposed to be the stay-at-home wife. I'm supposed to make that our budget fit in that. Well, I have 3 kids and $150 a week wasn't cutting it for me. I don't know if you guys can do that, but I can't figure it out. So Alexis started reaching out to me. Alexis Craig, she is my enroller. She started reaching out to me last November. I shut her down, guys. I said, no, I do not know you. I don't do that for people I don't know. And well, she got.
So it was a host to post.
It was a host to post. Yeah,
okay.
She asked me to host a post for me or for her, and I told her no. I think that's important that you know that because a no is not a no, right? It's not a no right then. Eventually, it may turn into a yes. And so, I watched her for a while. That January rolled around, and I was determined I was going to lose all my baby fat from my 3rd pregnancy. And I was going to the gym, and nothing was really working the way I wanted it to work. And she had this product called Thermofite X. And I thought, okay, well, what's it going to hurt? I'll just try it. I still don't trust her, but I'm going to try it. And I gave it a shot, and I lost 5 pounds the first week. So I was hooked. That was the only product I tried. So I did start as a loyal customer, but I fell in love with just one product. That's all I needed. And I had sold some clothes. So I had some money in my PayPal account. And I had tried an MLM before in the past with a different company. And it was one of those things where you don't need to buy a bunch of it. So, I just lost the customers because they had what they needed. They didn't need any more. So I kind of failed at that, and I lost a lot of money, actually. And so I was kind of skeptical about doing this, but I knew there wasn't a contract. I knew I didn't have to buy inventory. So that was a huge, go for me. So I used my PayPal. I joined, and I didn't tell my husband about it, but I don't recommend doing that. I just was so afraid that he'd be upset at me because we had a budget. We had a tight budget. And told him when he got home from work, and before he even had to answer, I said, don't worry, I'll prove it to you. I can do this. I'll make it work. And I hit the ground running from that point on. And one thing I learned from all the training videos, because I dug in deep, I watched whatever was out there. I YouTubed more. I bought a preset, which if you don't know what that is, it's just like a filter that we put on our photos to help brighten up our page. I went through my entire timeline, deleted stuff that shouldn't have been in there, inappropriate things, bad language, shared stuff. Oh, did you? I can't see you. I don't know if you said anything.
Someone is not muted. Sorry. I just muted them.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to clean up my page because to me, I am only running a business now. And I try to make that clear to all my teammates how important it is to keep your page presentable. And so I did that immediately.
Yeah, but not right now. I'm on this training. Emma. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm not muted. All right. Thank you. Sorry. Go Emma. She's planning our Barbie playing for after this because she earned money and she bought her Barbies. So I'm sorry.
Oh, that's precious. That's awesome. Okay. But anyway, I honestly, when I first started, I knew I wanted to do good at it because I wanted to prove it to my husband that I could do it. but I also wanted to prove it to my friends and family. And so I actually kept them blocked. All my immediate blood family and closest friends, I kept them blocked from all my business posts. And it wasn't that I was embarrassed. I just wanted to prove to them that I could do it by myself and I didn't need them to do it for me. And I know that's terrible because I tell my girls that those are going to be your biggest support is your friends and family. But I had this pride about me that I could do it on my own. And I learned quickly that I needed their support. And so eventually I started reaching out to them, asking them to support me. And they did. Every one of them always supported me. I just kind of was, I don't know how to explain it. I just had some pride about me that I just didn't want to let go of. But I I took off running. When I got in, I didn't even write my numbers down, but I signed almost 2,000 BB my first month. I didn't even think about growing my team at that point. And I don't know why I didn't even think about it. I guess I didn't think I could do it. And it's so funny because they tell us, what we say is what's going to happen. And it is so true. And all I knew was that I could sign customers. And I told myself that every day, but I never told myself I could sign distributors. And so I was signing, I averaged about 30 to 40 customers a month. And I mean, I really focus on my customers. I'm very customer centered. You have to be really humble in the way you approach people. And you can't just flat out tell them, hey, you need this. I can tell you need this or anything like that. I reach out to them. I let them know I'm here for them, what I can offer them and how much it could help them, but I don't ever push anybody. And that's huge. I have a lot of customers that tell me that they appreciate me not being pushy. I also get a lot of referrals because I follow up with them weekly. It's getting harder now because I have like 120 customers. So it's harder to follow up weekly. But they know I care about their health. And especially as being a registered nurse, I really do care about their health. And I want them to know that. And so, and plus I've studied the keto diet. I've studied all our products and I know what they can do for them. And recently, I guess it was really this month, I really wasn't signing distributors until this month. I had promoted to Diamond last month. In less than 90 days, I did Diamond. And I knew in order to do a double, I needed more distributors. And I wasn't going to be able to do that on my own. I wasn't going to be able to go double Diamond on my own. And consistency is huge. And so I started kicking up my distributor posts because I mainly focused on product posts. And Christy had told me in the past that, hey, I hardly see anything about the business. I see only about the product. And I knew that, but I guess I felt that I didn't have a story to tell at that time. And I thought, who cares? Who cares if they laugh at me? You cannot care what other people think. And that's hard to let go of when you're new. And I can't convince you to do that. I think that has to come with personal development. But you really just cannot care what others think. You have to do what's best for you. And so I started putting myself out there. I have lost 21 pounds with the products. And so I share about how the products have changed my life. So I can kind of twist my posts into both product posts and business posts. But eventually people were catching on. They were seeing how excited I was and confident. Being confident in everything you say to people. And when you talk about the products, when you talk about the business, when you're excited, they are excited for you and it's contagious. And so eventually I started signing distributors and my team has just like doubled in the past week. It's just been incredible. And I'm having a blast. And I think that's really important. Also, you cannot be negative. If you're negative, tell your husband or best friend at home, don't put it on Facebook because they don't need to know. They don't actually have a clue what's going on in your real life. They really don't have a clue. And I kind of tell my girls that too. If you're not signing anything, you tell me, be upset. You can tell me, we can figure out what we need to switch, what we can do different. But don't tell them. Act like you're signing everything, that everybody wants to be on your team, and they'll eventually just want to be a part of that. They're going to say, okay, well, I want to do that. I want to lose that weight. I want to be on her team, and they're going to join you. I am excited. Every day on my page. I try to be, even if I don't get I try to shoot for 3 posts a day, a product post, an interactive post, and a business post. If I don't get 3 out, and I'm running out of time in the day, I combine them, do a product business all in one, and then I ask a question in it, so it's kind of interactive too. But I'm not very good at stories though, so I do need to get better at that.
You are so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, so do you mostly work this business on Facebook?
Yes, I do. I'm still learning Instagram.
Okay, because you said you do those 3 posts. And so I knew as soon as you said that you were mostly Facebook, but you are working on Instagram because I have seen it. So you are awesome. And you have, I mean, everything you just said, I love it because it's so simple. Like we can get so wrapped up in our own heads of like, you know, all up in our feelings, but really it's just so simple. Just be consistent with the work, know what you're doing and be excited. But I want to ask you, so you signed, 2,000 plus BV your first month and you've been consistent with that. And then now you're signing tons of distributors. Like you guys, she signed, I think like 6 on Sunday, right?
Yeah, or within over the last 2 days.
Within like 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. That is phenomenal. And so you guys, so share with them what you did to sign a lot of your customers in the beginning.
In the beginning, was the hat posts really got me going. Now I had a lot of people tell me no, they weren't going to host a post for me, but I kept messaging and I kept messaging and I kept messaging until I got the more yeses. And I've had people like message me and say, how do I get more? I've sent out this many messages. I say, send out that many more. You cannot send out enough messages. If they tell you no, I told Alexis no, guys. I told her no, and I'm here. And so,
isn't that crazy?
Yes, it's crazy.
It's so cool. I love it.
But I interact a ton, and I tell my girls that, like, you cannot expect them to just trust some stranger. And that's kind of how I was. I was that skeptical stranger. I didn't trust her. And so I interact. I spend time interacting, and it's not just like a comment on their page. Like I'll private message them, hey, your child is super cute. I have a 5-year-old too. It's something that simple, and you'll gain their trust.
You guys, that is relationship building. And that if you spend as much time interacting and building those relationships and personal development more than anything else, your business will grow like crazy. There's just something super powerful about it. If you guys saw the 6:30 call with Savannah, the reason why Savannah started was because I messaged her or commented on a picture. I can't remember which one it was. And I told her that she had really pretty hair. Like sometimes that's just enough by saying like, hey, listen, I'm actually a real person. Hey, giving them a compliment or opening up with a message or opening up with a comment, something like that. You guys, that interaction is huge, and you will not get love unless you give it. That is, when I go to someone's page, it's funny because I remember Hillary messaging you and being like, well, you don't have any business posts, so why would you sign distributors, And that can just be the simplest like flip. But when I go to someone's page, if you guys have 2 to 4 to 5 likes on things, that is a problem. That means that you're not giving enough interaction to other people to where they feel like they want to give it to you. Because guess what? Every freaking person in the world goes on Facebook and Instagram at least once a day. They just do. There's been studies about it. They go on like 50 times a day. So if they're not commenting or liking your stuff, it's because you haven't given them a reason to. So give them a reason to. So I love that. So I'm going to ask you a little bit more like in detail about the Host a Post once I go through more of like the training part, because I want people to be able to organize that together. If you guys don't know what Host a Post is, we'll be able to take some notes on that in a minute. Okay. Because I'll combine it with messaging. So Hillary, is there something that you feel like people need to hear as far as like creating a vision? Like, why did you start and think that you just kind of took off?
Well, so if I go back to work, I'm a registered nurse. If I go back to work, I'm working 12-hour shifts. This past couple years of being able to take my kids to and from school have been a huge blessing for me, and I would miss that. I mean, I haven't missed a school party, and my little one is just now starting kindergarten, but we had preschool, like 4 years of preschool. I never missed a school party. I never missed a field trip, and that has been really really special for me. Kind of makes me emotional that I don't want to miss that. I mean, eventually, if I go back to work, I may be able to take them to school, but I'll be at work after school, or vice versa. And I didn't honestly think joining this business I'd be able to make enough money to believe that could happen, that I could actually stay home. I thought if I could just make a few $100s, that'd be happy with that. But I'm growing and my paycheck is growing and I see the opportunity there, and it only makes me want to go more. And my husband, he takes vacation every summer, just 2 weeks, but that 2 weeks is the most important 2 weeks of our entire year. It's the only 2 weeks he takes every year. And it was incredible this last 2 weeks because we saw what could eventually happen if I keep going. And I want to live that 7-day weekend over and over and over again. And I plan on doing that. I want to retire him like you have, like Mikkel has. I watch you guys, this full-time family, and it's incredible. And so that is my vision. I want to bring him home. He works really hard, and now I can give back. So.
Oh, that's so sweet. And I love how you call it a 7-day weekend. That's like, I'm going to start hashtagging that, y'all. That's going to be our new hashtag, because I always try to say, like, stop living for the weekends. Like, our Mondays are our Saturdays. Our, Thursdays are our Sundays. Like, that is just so phenomenal. And I just love that. Like, that is so special that that's actually groceries. I'm sorry. My husband's upstairs with all 3 kids. Y'all are just going to have to chill for a second. Hi, thank you. See, this is real life right now. This is why you need a 7-day weekend husband also. So you can jump on team trainings with no problem. But I love that so much because, you guys, there's just nowhere else in the world, literally, that you have that option. I'm not saying that everybody wants their husband home. I've actually had people tell me, like, I don't know if I want my husband home with me all day, but it's options. And the fact that you have that option is so stinking special. And I love that that's your vision and that's your goal, because that's just so special. A lot of the times, us as moms, not all the time, but we usually have the option first before husbands to stay at home. And, we don't get to, we don't have to miss anything, but then our husbands do. And when you have your husband or your boyfriend or whatever, and you see them with your kids all day and you see what it is and how it is, it's so special that you're just like, you're here too, So, hi. I have too many kids. So, okay. Hillary, you're amazing, and I'm going to jump back to you when we go to host a posting. And you guys, now we're going to go over how to actually work this business. Okay? Cool. Okay, so I'm going to mute you, Hillary, for now. Thank you so much, and congratulations on your promotion, your giant bonus, and I can't wait to see you keep promoting because I already know you're going to.
Absolutely.
What? You didn't put it on the list. What is happening? Okay. Yeah, I am on my team training though, so that's fine. Apparently I forgot the cilantro. Reorder for some guacamole, but anyways. Okay. So we're going to go to talking about the 5 fundamental things. And I think I'm going to actually change that to 6, because I always say that personal development is so important, but honestly, it's something that has to happen regardless. And so we're going to put it in that 6. So we're switching it up, right? Oh, yeah? He's been trying to talk so much. Okay, so write this down, you guys. I don't care if you're new or not new. These are things that you have to know and that you have to talk about. Did you get that for me, or you left that there?
Me.
No, it's not. I'm fine. I don't need it. Okay, so yeah, you tell them. So write these down, because also, you guys, that the way that we teach you, you should be teaching your team. So I made that video on how to train a new distributor. It's so important that you guys go watch it and be very specific, because I noticed some of you guys, you don't get screenshots from your newbies. If you can help someone get their first win or their first 4 customers, like, that will be a game changer. Okay, so we post, we message, we add, we interact, we follow up. And then that last one I was talking about, that personal development, self-development, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to literally go through these things, you guys. And through that, I want you guys to know why we do this. And you guys have to have a vision to get up every day. So that's why I asked Hillary that, you guys, because like, if you don't know why you're doing this, when somebody tells you no, you'll quit. If you don't get the results you want immediately, you'll quit. If, you know, things are not going fast enough for you, you'll quit. And this business is not overnight. It is a business. You have to understand that. And you have to say, where do I want to be in a month, 6 months, a year, 2 years? You cannot get discouraged if you don't get immediate results, because this is a business. You have to grow in order to grow your income. Okay. So posting. So I'm going to share just a couple of my tips about posting, and then I'm going to call on some of the leaders just to share their, you know, different tips if there are any. So first of all, and these are kind of specific, you guys. So number one, on Instagram, and things are always changing, you know, we used to be able to post 5 times a day on Instagram and get tons of interaction and people will blow you up. But now they don't do it based upon when you posted. They do it based upon your interaction and bumping you up. So Instagram demands 1 post a day. That's all they like. That's it. You will get more followers, more likes, more comments, more views with just 1 post a day. And isn't that kind of like awesome? You don't need to be posting all day long, y'all. 1 post a day, okay? Now, with posting, your picture needs to be good. And this is for Facebook or Instagram. People are going to look at the picture. This is social media. And I'm not saying that it has to be a picture perfect. You know, you could post a picture of your dirty freaking house and say, look, I'm making money from home. I don't care. But that picture better be crispy clear. You better brighten that crap up. And it better be something that visually is going to catch someone's eye. But there was something I wrote down actually from a podcast that I heard. And it said, don't post it if it doesn't bring value, entertainment, or Jessica, what's the other one? Because it was from, what was it? Hold on, you're muted. I can't unmute you.
Knowledge.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was from the MF CEO, and you know, he had that podcast. So if it does not cover those 3 things, don't post it. So knowledge, now I just can't even think. Knowledge, entertainment, or value? Value, yeah. So if it doesn't go into one of those categories, don't post it, okay? And when I post something too, you guys, so you want to find, and you know, some people say 3 to 5 things, but I don't have 3 to 5 things. So I say, find a few things that are personal towards you that you are going to keep in your social media bubble, I guess you could say. So for example, mine is my kids, my business, and you know, I usually post a lot of pictures of traveling and things like that. So that's usually mine. stuff with my kids, stuff with my business, stuff with traveling. You know, maybe you like to bike ride. People will follow you for, you know, your daily bike rides or whatever it is. It sounds so random. But for example, I know people without kids, they love to post about their dogs. You know, tips about dogs, pictures with their dogs, pictures of just their dogs, all that kind of stuff. And so find a few things that is going to be personal towards you. Okay. The next thing is with posting, you guys, I like to switch it up. So when I say switch it up, I mean, I'm talking about call to action. So at the end of your business or your product post, sometimes you want to say, message me and leave your phone number or, you know, DM me or whatever. And sometimes you want to not have a call to action because sometimes people don't want to be sold to, but they want to buy. Everybody wants to buy, but nobody wants to be sold to. But I have found that like there's some people, they need to be told, hey, message me. And then they're like, okay, or comment below. And they're like, okay. And then there's the other people where I could just say, oh my gosh, look at Jessica's results. I'm so proud of her. She has been, you know, using 3 of my my health supplements. Okay. You know what that did? Number 1, I just shouted her out. Everybody wants recognition. Everybody wants to feel good. Everybody wants to feel like Jessica. Everybody does. Number 2, I didn't say comment below, whatever. So I took out that kind of sales part for Jessica's particular post. And then number 3, I left mystery. So this is a huge thing that I think we need to be really good at. Like I, for example, whenever I usually post results or before and afters or product posts, whatever, I do not, I usually don't list the products used because I don't want to give out all of my eggs. I want them to message me and I want to cater to their results and what they need. So, you know, they're like, ooh, I wonder what Jessica used. I wonder what Chrissy sells. Oh my gosh. I have people that have been following me for years. They're like, what is it exactly that you do? All the time. All the time. They don't know what I do. And so that allows me to have that personal one-on-one conversation with them. And so, for example, on Jessica's post, they might say like, what does Jessica do? And so that's where I'm just going to jump in to the loyal customer script and I just keep it simple. And I'm like, all right, Jessica, or all right, Hillary, how much do you want to lose? And do you drink coffee? And then I will recommend the perfect things for Hillary. You know, even when I've posted, you're a little distracting. People have even asked me when I post my results, they're like, well, what did you use? Well, tell me what you used. And I'm like, I'm going to cater to you and your goals because you guys, I don't drink coffee. And so because I don't drink coffee, that doesn't mean I don't want to recommend the coffee for Hillary because Hillary might drink coffee every single day and she's going to get hella skinny with our skinny coffee. So that's kind of a couple tips with posting. But on Instagram, you guys, clean, keep it clean. Do not post a bunch of before and afters. Do not post like words. So sometimes I'll see people post, they'll take screenshots of their words from Facebook and then post it on their Instagram profile. It just doesn't look good. This is what I want you guys to say. What would an ambassador do? Ambassador, if you're new, is the highest rank in the company. What would an ambassador do? Do you think that they would post that on their page? No, they wouldn't. It needs to look clean. And so Instagram stories and Facebook stories, though, you can blow it up with as many results, as many product and business as you want. You know, all day long, I don't care. But in between those things, you need to be posting things personal. And so someone told me, she's like, well, I don't have a lot of time. I'm like, you take a picture of your kids all the time, you guys. Post it. Oh my gosh, my kid's so fracking cute. You know, like when I videotape my kids doing everything. Like Elliot, I'm like, oh my gosh, you said boo? Like I'm videotaping it. Throw that up. you guys have to realize that Facebook and Instagram, whichever one you're mostly using, it's people's TV these days. It is. So if you don't give them something to stay in those three categories of entertainment, value, or knowledge, they're not going to follow you. They're not going to look at what you have. And the best way that you guys can learn is by following leaders and seeing what they're doing. You know, you're never going to see me post a spammy thing on my Instagram or my profile or anything like that. You're just not going to see it. But we have the first 30 days of posting. We have the post ideas page. So you guys have tons and tons and tons of ideas. And I will say this, on Instagram, something that kind of bothers me, but I had to learn it too, is if you have a long post, do not let it be a run-on sentence, okay? So the way that you change that, it's super simple. Like, for example, if you take it from, you know, make it on Instagram, do not link your profiles because things come up twice on Facebook, they this, they that. Just post them separate, it takes 2 seconds. So if I have my one business post on, you know, a day, I'm going to post it on Facebook separate, Instagram separate. So here's what you do. The last space of the previous paragraph, so let's just say I have 3 paragraphs, you have to make sure that there is no space there and then press enter, okay? And it will allow it to have that second free space line. Now, if you post it and you forgot to do that, then you're gonna have to press enter, put a period, break it up, put a period. You cannot go back and get that free space line without putting a, you know, period or a dash or whatever. Does that make sense, you guys? I know it's kind of confusing. Yes, as soon as you post it, you have to make sure, like, so let's just say this is my 3 paragraphs, 1, 2, 3. There cannot be a space after this, or it's gonna jumble this whole fracking thing together, okay? That's a huge thing because I see it and I'm like, do you really think anyone's going to read that run-on sentence that looks like this? Usually they're not going to. You know, even nowadays, I got to break it up with emojis and things like that to really grab their attention. So that's that thing. And my routine, you guys, you know, other people do it different ways. This is what works for me, and this is what I have adapted to, and I have found gets me the most like interaction and so on and so forth. So here's what I do. Facebook, pretty much fair game. Pretty much I do what Hillary does. So I'll do a personal, which can be interactive. So like my picture earlier where it said like, I don't know who needs to see this, but you don't need to buy anything on Amazon today. You know, don't ever share someone else's. Don't share mine. Take the picture. I took the picture from somebody else and I posted it as my own. So that's going to be kind of counting as like my personal one. And then a business and a product sometimes. So like I'll switch it up. But Facebook, you can post pretty much as you want. But your business post, you guys, the most interaction you'll get on your post is if it happens after 5 p.m. After 5 p.m., you're going to get more interaction on Facebook and Instagram with that post that you post. So I do it accordingly. My business post, if you guys will notice, it's usually in the evening because guess what? Who's at work all day? People, right? A lot of the times people will go home, they'll wind down, they'll put their kids to bed, and then they're scrolling. Then they're on Facebook and Instagram. And then they're going to see, you know, pictures of me with my kids all day and things like that. But that's when you're going to gain the most interaction. And then I love how Hillary said an interactive post. So my Amazon thing kind of was interactive, kind of not. But an interactive post, you guys, is to gain more traction on your page. So kind of like how I was saying, like you have to give love to get it. If you get comments, Facebook, they kind of have like a, what is it called? Basically like, are you important? That's what it is. So if Hillary's got 3 likes on all her posts, right? Hillary needs to build some interaction. She's going to go give some love, and then she's going to post a post that just says like, you know, oh my gosh, guys, like I'm looking for a super, super awesome double stroller. I don't know, whatever. Can you guys share your suggestions below? Guess what? Everyone and day mama is going to share their opinion, especially if they are a mama, because we all think we are doing it the right way, right? So it's so true. And so those types of questions now, to gain Instagram interaction, go put them on Instagram stories, not your post, because I ain't using my one post a day for an interactive post, right? Put it on stories. More eyes are going to go to stories than anything else throughout the day, right? Like, think about it. When you pick up your phone, what's the first thing you do? Do you go through your profile? No, you go to those stories. Okay. And there's been studies that say that Facebook also and Instagram also, like 90% of people are going to go there first, and they're going to be more popular than even posts. Because again, it's like TV. So there's spots on Instagram stories where you can do questions, things like that, whatever. You guys really don't have to put like, you know, just put up throughout your day, put things up throughout your day, you know, like for me, you know, I got my kids a watermelon Slurpee, whatever. I threw that up. I got 3 people that replied to that and were like, oh my gosh, those are so good. I'm like, really? This is what you reply to? Which means I know that they're seeing the product story that I did right before that, right? So that's kind of what it is. We draw them in with other things, and then you can't look away when you see all the amazing things that the business and the product does, right? You can't look away. And just like Hillary, she's like, I still was skeptical of Alexis, but I wanted that product, right? That's what happens. They're like, I'm skeptical. I don't believe in it, but I'm just going to try it anyways. That's what people do, literally. And so that's kind of a couple tips on posting. But for the love of everything in the universe, if you do not be consistent, you will never get anywhere in this business. And I'm just being like so freaking straightforward and red with you guys. Like, if you post once every 4 days, just don't even bother. Like, I know that sounds bad, but don't even bother, because you are saying, oh, I'm open for business, I'm committed. Oh, I'm closed for business, I'm not committed. Oh, I had a bad day. Oh, no. Imagine, you guys, like, and I've said something similar like this before, but, you know, imagine if Target decided 3 to 4 days a week that they're going to be open. They didn't tell you which ones. You just had to guess. You couldn't even call and figure it out. Would that be the most annoying thing ever? Would you ever shop there? No. You would go straight to Walmart and be like, because I know they're open 100%. They're committed to me. I'm committed to them. That is what this business is. No one is ever going to commit to you in the business or the product if you're inconsistent. And being consistent is really freaking easy. So don't be lazy. Like, it really is. You guys have all the tools. To put up a post, it's so freaking easy. And if you can really actually think about that post that you're putting up, that's when you're going to get the results. But it really is so easy, especially when like Facebook just wants, or Instagram just wants like one post. And make sure that you guys are doing business posts, just like with Hillary. I've had people say, well, I'm not signing any distributors. And I'm like, okay, you might be messaging 20 to 30 people a day, and that's fabulous, but they're going straight to your profile and they're saying, all she does is product, or they're saying, I have no idea what she does. That's what it is. But they should go to your page and say, ooh, that looks interesting. Ooh, she shouted out this girl that just went diamond. Or like, ooh, what's this promotion? Or ooh, what's this product? Like, that's what you want. That's the reaction that you want from them. And so like, just please, for the love of everything, put up at least one business post a day. Okay. And be consistent, because that will be a game changer. For me, it was a game changer because I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I didn't have anyone to guide and train me. The girl who started me quickly after, I was kind of on a team page and just watched, but that's zero excuse. I watched. And so I, kind of became a copycat, and I started being consistent. And I just started being consistent. I'm like, okay, they're posting, so I should probably post. And so I started doing those things, and slowly but surely doing those things got me results. It's as simple as that. Okay, so are there any of you other leaders that have any tips on posting that you would like to share? Because I'm just like on a roll here. I can't breathe.
A little something.
Yeah, Miss Top Distributor and Muller.
Whatever, it's fine. No, I think the first, the first sentence, the first few words of your post is what is going to draw people in. So make it catchy, kind of give your post like a caption, basically, or something that if you, sorry, I'm saying, what would you stop and read as you're scrolling? And if you saw a quick little caption or a quote, something interesting, what would make you stop and read the whole post? Because if you, in order to get someone to read the whole thing, there has to be something catchy. The end.
No, that's so true, you guys. Even if it's like sarcastic, I don't know why I said it like that. Even if it's sarcastic, even if it's like kidding, I hate everybody, but guess what? They're going to keep reading. And you're like, just kidding. I love everybody because my awesome business, whatever it is, I don't care. Something to grab their attention. That is so true, because you have 1 second. You have 1 second to get their attention. Actually, I'd say 2. 1 second with the picture, and if that draws them in, they will look at your first line. If they don't look at that first line, you lost them. That's what it is. So I love that. Okay. So messaging. Woo, guys. It's already 7:45. Okay. So messaging. I'm going to keep this really simple. Y'all need to be messaging. Know what I'm saying? Just like Hillary said, if you are messaging 20 and not getting results, there's 2 things I want you to do. Message more, but first I want you to go to your Diamond and Up leader. And I say that because sometimes a newbie is, not doing it correct either, but sometimes they are. So go to one of your leaders and say, hey, would you mind looking at one of my messages? I have been messaging consistently and I'm not getting results. Okay. And it better be consistently, because if you're like one here, one there, I'm like, meh. Okay. So it's all about numbers. Okay. If you're messaging, 20 a day, guess what? You're going to get a lot better results than someone that messages 50 today, 50 next week, 50 the next week, all that kind of stuff. But have someone look at your message if you're not getting results. This is why I tell you guys, please look at your newbies' messages. I have rubies that I'm like, okay, you're not signing. So send me some of your potential customer and your potential distributor conversations. And I look at it and I'm like, number one, you're not following the loyal customer script. You just word vomited all over them. Like, you guys, we have systems that work. And yeah, they might change over time if we figure out something else that works. But this works right now. We have systems. We have scripts for a reason. Yes, throw yourself into there. But like with loyal customers, follow the fracking script. It works. I promise you. It does. And don't defer. Like, just don't. It will give you results. When you're like diamond and above, if you want to try something else, like, do it, do it, try it, because you've gotten the results and you will have the level of awareness to be able to say, okay, I tried this new, it's not working, I'm going to go back to this. Or I tried this, it's awesome, I'm going to share it with the whole freaking team. Okay. So see, and I love that Hillary said that she follows the scripts. Like it's because you don't want to ask anything, you don't want to answer anything that's not asked. You don't want to word vomit all over them, and you need to get their goals so that you're not saying, oh, hi, Jessica, I saw that you comment on Hillary's post, or my post about Hillary. This is what she used. You want to buy it? That's not fun. People are going to be like, meh, see you never, you know? But the simple thing of me saying like, hey, Hillary, like, okay, awesome. I'd love to help get you some goals. Like, how much do you want to lose? Do you drink coffee? Like, it's so freaking simple. I have had other ambassadors take our scripts and start to apply them and then work. Okay. So follow the scripts, first of all, with messaging. And there's also a distributor script. The distributor script, you know, I use that, but I voice message it. That's a huge tip with messaging, you guys. You will get double the results if you voice message it. It's just what it is, especially if it's the first initial reach out message, or when I'm explaining something, people can listen to it and feel so much more comfortable. Mute this person, Dom. People can feel so much more comfortable when you're voice messaging, because guess what? I'm not copying and pasting, hey, Isabella, join my team. No, instead I'm saying like, hey, Isabella, like I've watched you specifically for a while. I would love to have you in my business. Like, you know, I think you'd be great at it, whatever. You can make that first initial message yours, make it personal towards you. But if you can voice message, which all of you guys can, unless you don't have a voice, and I'm pretty sure everybody here does, you can voice message and you will get better results, because there's no way that they can say that's a copy and paste, right? There's just no way. It's impossible. I said her name and it's a voice message. So with that, I want to say, you guys, in the beginning of my business, especially, you need to be reaching out. I have tons of people come to me all the time now, and I still reach out, because I would have half of the leaders on this team if I did not offer them the business. Okay. Savannah is one of them. Go watch the live video on my page after this, and you'll hear her story. Like, this business has completely changed her life. What if I was like, wah, wah, I'm going to wait for everybody to come to me, or wah, wah, I'm too scared to reach out. Like, you guys need to think of it logically. They're not punching you in the face. They're not saying like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go kill your dog if you offer me this business. Like, they're just going to either say like, no, which means not right now, because that was Savannah. She said no, she ignored me. Then she finally said, okay, I'm interested. And then she stood me up twice while we were supposed to get coffee. She stood me up. I'm like, all right, fine. I'm going to keep you on this list until I sign you. Like, you have to have like that fun, excitement attitude of like, this is going to change your life. So like, you might as well just sign up now, because I'm never going to not follow up with you. Like, nobody, this is one of the biggest things I learned from it was actually an event, and there was Tony Robbins, and it was so awesome. You guys, nobody comes off my list until they sign or they die. Like, that's it. Because you just don't know. I have a presidential, I followed up with her for over a year. And, you know, so some people are going to message you and they're going to say, sign me up, I'm ready to run. Oh my gosh, let's do this. And other people are going to say, I'm going to watch you for 6 months first. But you keep following up with me so that I know you're there. So that's something that's just huge, you guys. And if you're not getting huge results, I would say, besides obviously having somebody look at your messages and making sure you're following the scripts, or, you know, you're wording things correctly, you're not word vomiting, whatever, make sure that you're growing your network. It's numbers. If you have 100 followers on Instagram and, you know, 500 Facebook friends, you need to up those numbers. You're just not having enough eyes on you. And I'm really excited because I'm going to start doing parties. After our event on Friday, it was just so much fun just getting around people, feeling that excitement. And you're like, oh my gosh, we're all human. Like, and we just want to have fun. We're real life people. And it was just so much fun. So I'm like, all right, I want to get with people again, even if it's one-on-one, because I used to get with people way more, like one-on-ones. I was like, yeah, let's do coffee, because I knew that if I got them in person, I could sign them immediately, almost immediately. And so that's a huge thing too. So I do not message for customers. I know some people do, and it works great. Hillary has a great message that she has used for that. But here's the secret to this business, you guys. It's duplication. And so if I am messaging, okay, let's just say I message 30 people a night on our Power 30s. Okay, we get on, we message for 30 minutes each night at 8:30. Let's just say that I send out 30 messages. If I can get one distributor to sign up and I can guide them to sign, you know, their first 4 customers, their first 6 customers, whatever. Number 1, I'm going to make $100 fast start. Number 2, that just brought in 4 to 6 new customers into my business. But if I spent those 30 messages signing or messaging for customers and I brought in 1 customer, that's 1 customer. Okay. Does that make sense? Wow. My kids are like dying upstairs. Does that make sense? That's the power of duplication. Do I still sign customers every single month? Absolutely. Over 15, over 20 sometimes. Like, you know, I'm signing customers. And if I'm buckling down for promotion, I'm signing hella customers. But I want you guys to understand that the true power in this business is duplication. We are an awesome business because our products are amazing, and we have like a 6 or 7 customer to every 1 distributor ratio, which is super healthy for a company, and I love that. But I'm going to sign Hillary as a distributor, and she's going to go sign 4 to 6 customers. And then I'm going to teach her to sign 3 distributors, and she's going to teach them to sign 4 to 6 customers. That's it. That is the power of this business. And then guess what? Everybody makes bonuses. Everybody is just the winner. Everybody's winning. Everybody's winning. Okay. So that's kind of my reasoning why. But I know other leaders that they message for customers all day long. So that's just kind of my thing. Now, host a post. I'll have Hillary share a couple tips with that, but you guys, host a post is really simple. All you do is you say, hey, Isabella, would you mind throwing a post up on your wall for me? I would appreciate it so much. It would support my business, yada, yada. And so you can actually do host a post with a distributor post or a customer post, whatever you want. And what that does, especially in the beginning, is it grows your network at a rapid rate. Because if I say, hey, Isabella, can you post this? And she says yes. If she just gets 2 comments and 4 likes, I'm going to add those 6 people to my network immediately. And then if they sign up or if they respond to me, I'm going to say, hey, would you mind throwing a post up for me? Oh, gosh, yeah, sure, okay. Would you mind throwing a post up for me? Okay, yeah, sure, okay, you know. And so, like, you're just, like, growing at a rapid rate. And so, Hillary, can you share, like, maybe 1 or 2 of your key tips with host a post? I'll mute myself.
I got it. Okay. I don't really have a tip that's not been out there, I guess. I follow what we have on the team page, guys. I mean, like I said, I didn't just watch day 1, day 2, day 3 training. I watched everybody's lives they did, everybody's little tips and posts and stuff like that. And so I wasn't very good at it in the beginning, reaching out to people, and I think it had to do with my confidence. So that really changed when I started like telling people, oh, you should do this for me, or I'm going to have a giveaway. The giveaway is huge. If you can come up with something to do a giveaway, Christy's usually doing one, get in on those. Those are huge. That helps really convince somebody that they'll host it for you. And like I said no a few times and said somebody's going to say no. And when I used to do it, it was just for customers. So I would do a product post. Well, now I started, like, this was like last week, our very first DT HAP. And holy cow, guys, I had like 30 of those out running and like talking to like 20 new potentials. My potentials list is huge, and I signed like 6 of them. So it's only going to grow as I build a relationship with them and, you know, see how that goes. But I guess that's about it. I used everything on our team page. Our resources are all there. We just got to use them.
I love that. It's so true. Like the how to, you guys, it truthfully, like it's already there. And so you just have to kind of look for it on the page. And so partially what I want you guys to know too, and I'm sure you're going to get blown up with, can I have what you posted. Yeah, see? So right there. So we'll have her posted afterwards. But remember, switch a few words, switch a little something so that it's not the same thing posted all over. But I love that too, because you guys, like, truthfully, it's already on the team page everywhere. But sometimes you guys don't actually see stuff because you need to turn the notifications on. Facebook, have you ever been added to a group and then you look later, you're like, what is this group? I've been added to groups all the time. I don't know what the heck it is. And then I'm like, I've never seen a post from them. That's what Facebook is doing to you guys. So go, for the love of everything, go to the team page, go to the top, you click the team page name, and then turn on the notifications. You could do all posts. You could do from friends. I suggest from like admins or all posts because, you know, if, for example, you and I are not Facebook friends, you're not going to see anything I post or anytime I go live. This is super off topic, but if you guys add me on Facebook, I do not have room on my Facebook. So it's not that I hate you or I don't like you. It's just that I can't physically add you. It might let you, but I got to leave some room for like my 5 more potentials that I can actually add. But if you follow, it will allow you to see everything the same. Everything's public. Okay. Post, message, ad. Okay. Love this. Your network is your lifeblood, guys. I can go and say I'm going to sign someone right now because I'm going to go add to my network like crazy. So Facebook and Instagram. Let me see here. Oh, look, Jessica posted 2 hours ago. This is Jessica. See, Jessica posted 2 hours ago. And guess what? Let me just see. I'm going to call you out. Good. She didn't post yesterday. I mean, she didn't post twice today. Okay, so here's her post. So obviously I'm not going to do this because you want to do non-distributors, but I'm just going to go to hers. All I do is I'm like, okay, you're not a distributor. And I don't even like add bloggers likes because bloggers all just like each other's posts. If you actually go look at them, it is a lie. So I'm like, I'd rather have 200 likes that are legit people that I've interacted with rather than like a bunch of businesses. So anyways, I would go to not Jessica's, but someone else's that's not a distributor. Go to their likes. Okay. And I just am like, oh my gosh, add. That's it. You can only do about 50 an hour on Instagram, or I'll even go to their followers. Because, you know, if we have this strategy, other people in businesses might have this strategy. So I'm always looking for ways to find people that are not connected to anyone in any business anywhere and have never heard of anything. That's kind of my goal. So that's super, super easy with Instagram. If you're new to Instagram, I suggest go private, clean up your page, and make sure the description does not say it works, does not say business owner, and you just keep it about you. So Jessica might say like mom of 2, wife of welder. I don't know what your husband does. I can't remember. You know, like something like that. Keep it about you. Keep it about you. And then, you know, go on private and that you can grow it that way. It's not going to be overnight, you guys. It's just not. I've had my Instagram for freaking 5 years or 4 years. I don't know, something like that. And I have like 10,500 followers, but I'm still ambassador. I'm still here today. So it is about numbers and growing your network, but also you don't need 5 million followers in order to grow your business. You will start to sign as you start to grow. Facebook, I kind of do the same thing. Facebook, never do the people you may know, because guess what? Facebook says, well, Jessica and Christy are really good friends, so I'm going to show them the same people. And then now all of a sudden, Jessica and I have the same potentials. That's never a fun thing. So I never go to people you may know. I go to like Sally that's not a distributor, and I'll go to her page and I'll go to her friends or her likes and I'll add from there. You cannot add too many on Facebook either. So I will add maybe 20 a day on Facebook, 50 a day or 50 an hour on Instagram. Okay. And if you're not getting people adding you back or Facebook friend requests accepted, then there's a problem. There's something on your page that either looks spammy or doesn't look fun or doesn't look inviting. Remember to stick in those 3 things: entertainment, value, knowledge. Okay. I love that. I'm going to keep focusing on that. I love that. Okay. So, but adding to your network, you guys, every single day is super important. If you're sitting on the toilet, add to your network. That's literally, it's so funny, but it's so freaking true. You always have your phone. Don't be lying. If you're at work for 12 hours a day, you might not have your phone, but guess what? After that, you have your phone. You pick it up, you add to your network. Immediately when I pick up my phone, I just go to Instagram and add a bunch of people. Takes me literally 20 seconds. That's always my first thing. Let's see here. Okay, so do you recommend all posts be public on Facebook? That's kind of a personal choice. Mine weren't until I grew my business a little bit more. So, I don't think it really matters right now, but I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. I'm sorry. Try it out, you guys. Try both ways. See what gets you more interaction. But people can't share your posts if they're not public. So when I'm posting memes, or even I'll post random quotes or things like that, and people will share them. And then that grows my network as well. They are growing my network. Okay, so this is a really good question. Do not message people immediately when they add you. Okay? We don't want to do that, because that is saying hey guys, I'm a business. I would love to sell you something. We don't want to do that. We want to, at least give it a few days of interacting with them, if not more. I don't have a set amount that I do. I just make sure that that's not the first person I'm offering the business to. Go ahead, Jessica. You have to unmute yourself.
I just wanted to say real quick, one thing that's worked really, really well for me is I would never go message someone right away, but I will go straight to their stories if they have something on their stories, and I'll comment on something on their stories. And it works so well. If I just do that once or twice, the whole conversation changes. Just having that little bit of, relationship building, and it's nothing to do with business or product. Yeah, it's been working amazing for me.
I love that. I just barely started giving more interaction on story replies on Facebook and Instagram. And it's so true, because it's they're oh, thank you. And you're you're welcome. And I'm going to message you in a couple days.
Yeah. And they instantly go check you out. So they already know who you are. They know, it's just instant. Makes everything faster. I love it.
Yes. I love that so much. Well, have you guys ever had a Instagram or a Facebook post, or somebody, for me, for example, sometimes I'll have somebody that is trying to grow their network. You can tell, and it's totally fine. They're not in a business though, but they might be trying to be a blogger or whatever. I'll add them, they'll follow me back, and they'll go and comment and on a bunch of my stuff. Even though I know that they're trying to grow their network and get me to follow them back, and that they might be a blogger or, an influencer or whatever, I'm still well, thank you. And I go do it back to them, because it's just nice. Right? So, okay. And this is stuff, you guys, don't be if you're new, you might be feeling a little overwhelmed, and that's okay, but you'll learn. And all of these things, these can be, I would say, besides your posting, pretty much all these things can be done without a brain cell. That makes sense. For example, you are watching Netflix. When I'm watching a show with my husband, guess what I'm doing? I'm adding and I'm interacting. It's really not that hard. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. It's not. The only thing I really have to put the thought into it is the posting. And even the messaging now, it's so routine that it's easy. I can, because I'm saying the same thing, even if it's in voice message, I could do that, randomly anytime. Okay. Post, message, add, interact, follow up. Okay. And I know it's the longest training ever, but don't care. Guys, we've just been getting longer and longer on trainings. I need to be better about timing. But you're still here, most of you. Okay. So follow up. Follow up is very simple. I'm going to post some follow-up messages in the team page. I have posted some before, but I'll bump them up. Follow-up, you guys, is key in this business. The fortune is in the follow-up. Write that at the top of your paper. The fortune is in the follow-up. Most people are not going to sign right away. I just want you to know that. Most people are not going to sign right away, and you have to have patience with yourself and patience with them. It is not their fault if you can't make a $500 paycheck to feed your family because they're not ready to do your business. Does that make sense? Like, fortune is in the follow-up though. And so, you know, they say there's statistics that say like the average person needs to be followed up with 7 to 12 times. And so for me, physical follow-up is important. Staying organized is so important, you guys, because people will slip through the cracks once you get that list going. So I just have like my list, and I just keep it simple, you guys. I'm basic. I just have one notebook, and I just love it, Suzette. So I just have like all my potential distributors, all my potential customers. I don't have a date. I just go through this on like every couple days, and I'll do my follow-ups. And I just kind of go through, okay, who have I not talked to in the last couple days? That's my system. That might not work for you if you're more like green, you know, like you're like, I need a date for everything. But if somebody gives me a date, I put it in my phone. So this is what I'll do. So follow-ups, it's too bright. Okay, let me see. This is important too because I'll forget. Like I'm a forgetful person. I don't know what to tell you. So I'll just say, let's see this person. So right here I had 4 people to follow up with on Tuesday. 3 people to follow up with on Tuesday. I followed up with all of them. 1 signed. They all said, I am for sure signing up on Tuesday. Oh my gosh, $49. 1 out of 3 signed up, and they were strong. They were like, hell yeah, I'm all in, whatever. Okay. But only 1 signed up. So the other 2, guess what? They're still on this list, and I will keep following up with them because I just know at the right time for them is when they'll start. So the fortune is in the follow-up, you guys. If you just started this business and you're like, well, I messaged 20 people and 20 people said no, and, you know, what am I going to do? This sucks. Guys, like, give yourself some grace, give yourself some patience, give yourself some time. They will come around. A no is just not right now, just like Hillary, which is so funny because you would never think that somebody that wouldn't even post a post, wouldn't even post something on their wall for you, whatever in her life, be posting consistently every single day now and going double diamond. Like, you would never think that. And it's so funny because it's always the people you would never think. So if you have someone on your Facebook or your Instagram or your friends or your family, whatever, that you're just like, she would never do it, or you're just too scared to ask her. That's going to be the person that signs up and changes your business. The person you think that doesn't need this, ask them. That's going to be the person that completely does amazing once they do sign up. I promise you. So yeah, I just have this notebook. Eliana and Caesar made some super awesome follow-ups list. It says potential customer, potential distributors. And they made some super awesome like actual papers that you can print out and you can stay organized that way. They're in the files in the team page. And so those are awesome, but I tried them and I just felt overwhelmed with all the loose papers. Like, I even put them in like a note, like a binder, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know why. I'm just like, I'm such a simple person, you guys. Like, I'm like, this is it. This is my goal. And then next to them, let's see here. Here's the deal, you guys. This kind of is follow-up, but kind of not. Obviously, it's not. But every single time that you enroll a distributor into your business personally, and they have 2 loyal customers, 2 qualified loyal customers in their first month, okay, you are going to earn a $100 bonus. All right. Now, they either have to have their ADBV auto ship, or hit 150 with their customers, which is super simple when they're going for the shopping spree. Everybody should be using the products anyways. So these little check marks, this is me basically saying, okay, I earned my fast start. I don't miss out on those. I keep track of them. It's very, very, very important. So I have them on here, and I follow that, you know, and so I don't miss those because that's a lot of money left on the table if you do miss them. Okay, so last thing about follow-up, you guys, it's just as important to follow up with your distributors as it is with your potentials. Do not spend 9 months following up with, creating a relationship with, working on a potential for them to sign and you to stop giving them attention. It should be the opposite. You should be giving them more attention after they sign up than before. Sometimes we're just like, oh my gosh, I just want someone to sign up because it gives you that excitement, that urge, and it fills that box and whatever. But the power in this business is not necessarily signing 20 a month. It's launching people and teaching them to sign a few and teaching them how to teach someone to sign a few. That is the power of this business. And I will never limit my enrollments. You know, if I'm going to sign 20 distributors a month, then I'm going to sign 20 distributors a month. But I'm going to give them the attention that they deserve after they sign up, just as much as I craved them saying yes and signing up as my potential for 9 months. Okay. So it's just as important to follow up with your distributors. And be very on top of it. You know, if you see someone not posting, I had one of my girls, love her to death. She's still new. She said, well, I'm just going to find 3 new people because these 3 girls are not posting. And I said, well, have you reached out to them? She's like, no, because they're not posting. They're not working. So I'm not going to reach out. I'm like, no, it's the opposite. People want to work this business. They want to make money. Everybody starts because they have a goal or a dream, or, you know, they want the life that they see you have. They just don't know how. They don't know what to do. So that's why I keep it very specific and very simple and say, send me your screenshots. Because once someone sees it done a few times, they're like, okay, I get it. And even after a few ignores, I'm like, listen, girl, you said you want this. Do you still want this? Do you still want to make money? Or even if I place a customer, because like I said, I don't miss those fast starts. Even if you ghost me, I am still going to get my fast start bonus. And so if I place a customer, hey, Jessica, listen, I know I haven't heard from you, but I wanted to let you know, like, I still believe in you. I still know you can do this. I place a customer in you, and, you know, that's one of your first 4 for your shopping spree. Like, I'd love to help you get going and actually launch you to be able to earn the rest of your shopping spree and get going on your goals, because I know that you said that you wanted to start this business so that you can make an extra $500 a month for your car payment, whatever. So that's why it's just as important to know why they're doing this. So it's important to follow up with your distributors as much as it is to follow up with your potentials. Okay. Now, last thing, you guys, sorry, I know, so long. We're losing some people. It's fine. Post, message, add, interact, follow up. Okay. So personal development. Okay. So I will say this, if you spend more time, and I said this on the video earlier, but if you spend more time in a book than you do on your business will grow. Okay. It sounds super simple, but it is what it is. Your mindset is your life. It's just your life. And you won't know it until you start doing it consistently. You won't understand it until you apply it. You just won't. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to start your day tomorrow and just go to YouTube and type in motivational video. Okay. I want you to start that tomorrow if you haven't already. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to create a vision or dream board, whatever you want to call it. And it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be small. However you want to create it with your family, so that they know why you're working this, and it kind of keeps you accountable to them just as much. So create that, put it up on your fridge. Okay. Those are the first 2 things. The next thing is I want you guys to get a book. Okay. I like to download it on my phone. because guess what? I always have my phone, and there's no excuse like, oh, my husband's sleeping, I can't open up a book. No. You have your phone. So start reading. I always hated reading before this. I've never read a book front to back before I started this business. I hate reading. I was like, this sucks. Like, I just didn't like it. And then when I started reading personal development, because someone who was making far more money than me, who is far more successful than me, because I was new, said, pick up a freaking book, do some personal development. I was like, what is even personal development? That's stupid. You know, like, that's what happens. Like, you're like, that's stupid. And then you're like, oh my gosh, it changed my life. So when somebody tells you to do something that is in a spot that you want to be at, you should do it. Right? Like, right. So, start reading a chapter or two before bed, because how you start your day and how you end your day is going to be the biggest thing. You know, this will not just help you in this business, but this will help you in your personal life. It will help you all the time. I like The Magic of Thinking Big. That's a really good one. And if you guys type in personal development or books to the search bar on the team page, there's tons of recommendations. And if you guys have recommendations, you can comment on that post. You know, The Magic of Thinking Big is a really good one, especially for like a newbie or someone who just needs to create a little bit more vision. You know, like, think bigger. That's what it's about. But there's tons of leadership books that we've commented and all that kind of stuff. But do these 3 things tomorrow, you guys. You'll have the best day ever. You'll see. You'll have the best day ever, and it will be awesome. So, do any of you guys have any other questions? I think I pretty much went over everything. Oh my gosh, this belly is like... And I want you guys to know too, like I said earlier on the video that I did on the team page, like, I don't have perfect days every single day. I don't. But the personal development gets me through it. And, you know, when I'm like, like, everything's irritating me right now because I'm so pregnant, you know, like, knowing why I'm doing this and knowing that this changes people's lives, that gives me patience, that gives me love, and it gives me that vision. But you guys just have to be patient with yourself. You have to be patient with yourself, and you can't think of it as like, what's my next week paycheck going to look like? No, you need to think of it as like, how much do I want to make in the next 6 months? Okay. And then buckle down and choose consistency over everything. If you're having a bad day, do it anyways. If you are not getting results, do it anyways, because you will eventually. It's just numbers. But anyways, yeah, Brooklyn commented a few really good ones. So I don't take this everywhere with me because, like, usually if I go somewhere, I'm not like reaching out to new potentials, if that makes sense. But if I go on like vacation or something, yeah, I will. But you know, if I have something new come up, I'll put it in my calendar and then I'll put it back in the notebook later. But for me, I'll leave this in the car if I take it with me places, and I'll lose it, and that's just not good. But that's just me, you guys. You try stuff. I want you to know you can try new stuff. It's fine. Like, you can try stuff out. But anyways, all right, guys, thank you so much for all staying on this long. I hope this was answered some of your guys' questions for all of your newbies, for everybody. Remember, this business is just the power of duplication. Sign 3, teach them to sign, 4 to 6 customers, teach them to sign 3. That's what Ruby is. Go, go, go. Everybody promotes, everybody win, everybody make money. Oh, you know what? Actually, before you guys go, I'll probably go live about this anyways, but holy crap. Mark gave us some things on the Just Celery. So we had a call with him and Triples and Up, and I just loved these things that he shared with us because I didn't know this. So here's the deal. When our products come out and they're already back ordered, for example, if you don't buy the celery now, it's going to be back ordered. What he said is that companies have a launch date for products, and it usually takes about a year to create a product, launch it, all that kind of stuff. A quick launch date, like I don't know what you call it, like a super launch date or something, is usually what?
Sorry. You have to do this launch tomorrow or right now?
You can just go now.
Okay.
And so usually a quick one would be 9 months. He said that we got Just Celery out in 5 weeks. And I assume that's what BFF was as well, the best fat fuel, the shake, AKA whatever. And that's why it goes on back order so quick, because they literally just created it. And the reason for that is because he said, listen, this is what he explained, that all the benefits came out of juicing celery, all that kind of stuff. It's still not even super popular or known yet. It was kind of like our keto coffee. People didn't really know about it, but we came out with it. And so what he said was that Cami was the one who started doing it. And then they're in Florida and they said it has to be organic in order for it to give you the benefits. So then all the organic celery started selling out, and then the prices doubled. And he's like, we got to do something. Like this is about to be huge. And so he found someone that is super knowledgeable, and they, formulated all that kind of stuff. And they actually had a call with the guy, that basically said like, oh, well, you have to juice it, whatever. It has to be like fresh or else you're not getting all the benefits, things like that. And so basically, long story short, think of celery like a straw. It has to be organic or you don't get the nutrients, okay? But ours is cold pressed, freeze-dried immediately when it's harvested. So if it's not organic, guess what? Obviously, you're going to get all the crap, that's sprayed on it, all of this, all of that. You're going to lose all the nutrients. But ours is immediately harvested after it's organic, and cold pressed, freeze dried. So it's soaking in all of the nutrients it can immediately, and it's at its ripest form, and it actually is giving you the most nutrition. And Mark said when they were talking to this other guy, he basically said like, man, I wish I would have came out with this product first, and I wish I would have known this first. So it's more than just the stalk. When you actually juice the stalk, you lose some of the fiber. And so you guys, like, when he told me this, I was like, that's all I need. I'm so not green. Like, I can't read all the documents, but that's all I need. Like, I bought it already. It should be here any day now. And I am so freaking excited about it. We are before it's blowing up, like we are here and we are at the right place at the right time with the right company. And, he said that when Thermophyte X came out, you guys, it is still available. When Thermophyte X came out, he said 1.4 million units were sold within 6 weeks, within 1 to 2 months, basically. 1.4 million Thermophyte X were sold, okay? So obviously they went immediately on back order, and that was so crazy. He said, this is going to be bigger than that. This is going to be bigger than that. And he said, do you want that to be on your team? Do you want those sales to be on your team? And I was like, hell yeah. And so I was like, okay, like I'm going for it. I am going to be talking about this product constantly and consistently. And now I feel like I have a few key components where I feel a little bit more knowledgeable about it. But you can just Google like, what are the benefits of juicing celery? And I'm going to be talking about it more. You should be talking about it more. I'm just so freaking excited, you guys. And so this gave me a lot of comfort because I'm like, BFF came out. I want to sell this as a shake, as a dessert, as a meal replacement, this and that, but it's already gone, and so that frustrated me. It did. Cause I'm like, what the freak? But I rather us be at the forefront of everything and be, able to say, we have this first and the best. And, this is why it's a month out rather than us wait a year for a product. Like, no. And we do have some new products coming out in August, but he said that Just Celery is going to be the biggest thing ever. And so he doesn't want to take our focus away from that. with another new product right now. So, okay, let me see here. Let me see if there's anything else. Okay, that's, more promotions this year than any other year, and it works. That was super awesome because I've been here where there's some awesome, amazing millions of promotions. And then our It Works, you guys, is up 40% overall from last year. I loved hearing that because there are other companies that are shutting down. There are other companies who are not up, and we're up 40%. That's a hell of a percent. I don't do a lot of math, but if I got my paycheck up 40%, that's pretty dang good, right? So anyways, you guys, you're at the right place at the right time. Like, it's all at our fingertips. And I just know for me, like, I'm just going to take hella advantage of it, and I'm not going to let anything slip by, and I'm not going to let this timing slip by. You know, some people, they have kids in, you know, out of school, and they're like, "Oh, start back up in September." I'm like, no. Now is the time to work like you've never worked before, because you will be at the forefront of everything. So I'm just going to go and I'm going to change hella lives and make a lot of money and just do both of those things at the same time. And it's going to be fabulous. So I hope you guys have a good, happy Monday night, and we'll skip Power 30 because my husband just left, and if my kids come down, it's going to be hell anyway. So I will see you tomorrow. Bye.